It over. Rolling.
Rolling? Hi, I'm Mike. Welcome to Off the Reef, a new show that we're starting on the Film in the Clouds channel. We're going to talk about everything aquatics. Today, we're going to talk about the Aquatop Reef 3 Cube all-in-one system. We picked this up from River City Aquatics here in Austin, Texas. Now, this is not an all-in-one, as you might think, like a Red Sea or a JBJ, where we have the integrated filtration in the back. This is a reef-ready system. 24-gallon cube, 7-gallon sump, skimmer, heater, return pump, plumbing, everything you need to get started in the aquarium hobby. All you add is your fish and your water and your rocks. That's important. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the entire unboxing of this, break down each piece, show you how it works, all the way to the point where we're going to get water in the system. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing out of the box, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Alright, so we're back with the packaging of the box, the actual unboxing of the materials, and a quick shot here of what the tank is going to look like when you're on the stand. Alright, so the Reef aquarium itself, just a quick image of it. Here's your stand and tank together. It's a nice clean look. Your light, your submersible pump. Over here we have our heater, and then we have our skimmer that comes with it. So this is a complete system. Now, we'll start pulling things out of here. Obviously we took this out of the packaging just to kind of initially show it to you. But here's your Reef light. LED 3-position switch, so you can do blues or whites. Rails to spin it across the tank, because this is a rimless tank. Okay. Pre-filter sock for your tank, which would be kind of nice when you're filling out those large particles that you don't want to keep circulating in your tank. The Aquatop 607-gallon-per-hour submersible pump. This is going to give us a pretty decent amount of flow in the tank. If we need to add a circulation pump for maybe when we start getting into some more in-depth corals, some LPS, some SPS, we can certainly do that. But I think this is going to give us a good circulation around that tank once we get it set up for you. Additional glass piece. I believe this is our canopy. our stand shelving that's going to be in there. And our Aquatop 200-watt aquarium heater. So you can see it's a complete Aquatop system. Packaging of the tank, pretty solid. Styrofoam all the way around. Nice protection around the glass and around the inside of the box. So on our next step here, we're going to get the stand out of the box and give you a quick look of what we're working with. The tank out of the box. Overall, the packaging was pretty solid. Not a lot of room for wiggling. You know, you're not going to want to turn this thing upside down, obviously, because there's materials and stuff in the tank as they ship it to you. But overall, pretty good packaging here. So here's our tank. As you can see, it's rimless. It's a cube. Ultra clear glass, so we're going to get some good visuals once we start adding our water and our corals and our fish to this tank. When I say all-in-one, I mean all-in-one. Aquatop did a really good job by adding this foam mat that's going to go between our stand and our tank to allow leveling of that tank. You know, if we have any imperfections, it can help level it a little bit. It's not going to be perfect, but it may help a lot and provide that cushion between the tank and the stand itself. Now, just a quick side shot here of the tank. Here's our overflow. It's a corner overflow. We have 2 holes, one for our overflow and then one for our return. Once we get it all set up, you know, we should have some pretty good return that's going to come from one side over here. Some people may want 2, so you may have to drill a hole if you're going to want to get your flow to go from both sides of your tank. The tank is already coated on the back, so you don't have to worry about trying to paint it or paint a different color. Saves a lot of time for some people. Some people like it clear. I really like the fact that they've gone ahead and painted this black, so the back of your tank's really going to pop when you get all your fish and corals in there. So there's the tank. Overall, a good design, good solid, super clean seams on the silicone. And I can't wait to get this thing on the stand. So next step, let's get the stand out of the box and then we'll talk about the skimmer and the sump that comes with it. All right, here we go. We got our stand out of the box. I gotta be honest with you, getting that stand out was pretty easy. It's got a sleeve type box, so when you take it out, undo the packing straps, and the top comes right off, and there's your canopy or your stand. I like what Aquatop did with this stand. Everything is protected by film. We're not going to take it off now, but the top, the sides, everything has a protective film on it to protect the finish of the stand. So good on you, Aquatop, for that one. It has a push button release for the door. Okay, and what appears to be quite a bit of room underneath this stand. Okay, you see here's our 7-gallon skimmer, or sorry, not skimmer, our 7-gallon sump. Our skimmer. Let me go ahead and pull this out a little bit here so I can get that skimmer out. Okay, but it is an Aquatop protein skimmer. Okay, max capacity is 100 gallons, so we certainly have exceeded the gallons on this tank. Okay, so it looks like a good skimmer. We'll get that out of the box here in just a second. Okay, all of our tubing for our return and overflow right here. And then, of course, here's your 7-gallon sump. So it's got a nice line right here for your water level for your skimmer. It's a cube, just like up top, so it fits nice and snug underneath the canopy, the stand. This also has a protective piece of foam underneath to protect the sump and the stand itself. So another good job by Aquatop in thinking about the little things that somebody in the hobby may not think when they're getting in for the first time. So let's move on. We're going to get all the film off of this. We're going to get the skimmer unpacked. We're going to take a look at that. And then hopefully here soon, we're going to start getting some water in this bad boy. All right, welcome back. It's been a little while. Well, we got things set up here. So we have the tank on the stand. We actually have the plumbing in place, and we have the skimmer or the sump in place with the return pump, the filter sock. The one thing we don't have in there is the skimmer, and this isn't to say it was a terrible skimmer. I will say the instructions for implementing it are terrible. So we had trouble figuring exactly where it was going to go in the sump because the tubing is a little long, but then it doesn't fit in the right places. So we're going to give it a little bit of time. And because we're going to be setting this tank up, we're not going to skim it right away anyway. So the plumbing was actually really nice. Came in with a union, so we can remove the drain pipe into the filter sock. Pull that out really easy. I like that. It comes with a Durso standpipe for our overflow. I like that. Given that we only have 2 holes, we can't do a Herbie or something like that, so we're going to use the Durso, and we'll see how that goes. The return line, they gave us some lock line, which was nice, and a Venturi's type end, so it's going to cause a turbulent flow as it comes out of the lock line, and hopefully it's going to give us really nice flow around the tank. Here's the light. As I mentioned earlier, a simple 20-watt LED light. It's got 2 channels. Okay, so we have off, there's your blues, okay, and then there's your whites, and then there they are together. Again, is this going to be the super powerful light? That remains to be seen, but at 20 watts, we'll have to see. We may end up actually pulling this thing off down the road and putting a more powerful light on there. But for now, that's where we're at. We're going to put this thing where it belongs and start getting some water in it. So we'll be back with you soon. All right, welcome back. So as you can see, our Aquatop Reef 3 Cube all-in-one system is set up. A little more advanced than you probably thought it would have been. We went ahead and filled it, added our rocks, added our fish. We have a black oscillaris in here and a what we think is a type B Picasso. Couple corals, simple softies in here. Our camera guy is a real fan of Doctor Who, so he had to have the TARDIS in here. But overall, the tank has come together really nice. We have a long way to go in making sure that we're successful in our corals, that our fish are healthy, and some of you might say, wow, you've already got fish in this tank, you've only had it set up for a week or so. And you're right. Some of the things we did to make sure that our fish were healthy, our parameters were good, our testing was good. As we started off with, first of all, Carib Sea live sand. Okay, this is full of bacteria, really reduces our cycling time. And we also used a product that I like to use called Fritzine. This is a fantastic live nitrifying bacteria. You'd be amazed at how quickly it eliminates the ammonia and nitrites in the tank. Under the hood, we have everything set up. Our return pump, our heater, our skimmer, everything is underneath and running well. We're going to give you a shot over here on the side of the tank. That's going to show you our Durso standpipe and how it flows through. The fact that it's clear on the side is really going to give you a good idea of what it looks like. What we hope to do over time is give you continual videos of the progression of our Reef 3 Cube that we picked up again from River City Aquatics here in Austin, Texas. We're going to give you a few shots under the stand, and again the overflow. And when we return, we're going to wrap up this tank, give you our overall thoughts, and finish up the Aquatop Reef 3 Cube. Welcome back. So we've told you about the Aquatop Reef 3 Cube that we picked up from River City Aquatics here in Austin, Texas. We've unboxed it. We've shown you the components that are in it, and we've shown you the tank itself. Overall, we're really happy with the setup of this tank. Really solid. One thing I do have to correct is that we talked about some of the glass shelving that came with it that we thought was actually maybe a shelf for inside the stand. It's not. It's actually a glass lid to cover the tank, which is another great thing by Aquatop, especially if you have little jumpers. Now, some of the things that we really like about this system, most everything is included. The stand and canopy are solid, well-built pieces. The circulation pump has provided great flow. The reef lights are doing a pretty good job so far. Again, over time, when we start getting some heavier corals, I'm going to imagine that we're going to want to change that. Now, when we introduced our stand, again, we used the Carib Sea AgriLive reef sand. So bacteria in the sand, it's a live sand, so don't rinse this when you buy it, please. Otherwise, you defeat the purpose of why you bought this sand in the first place. The second thing we used when we set up the tank, again, was the Fritzine live nitrifying bacteria. They claim that it makes your tank almost instantly safe for fish. I've used this on multiple tanks. I'm going to be honest, I'm really happy with the product. Initial testing, if any, was minimal on any ammonia, and then within an hour or so it was gone. So really happy with the Fritzine. We used Instant Ocean for our salt on this tank. There are certainly many, many, many types of salt on the market. With this one, we were able to dump one box in our system, and we reached about a 1.024 on our salinity. So really happy with one box of salt. We were good to go. Now, some of the things that we wish Aquatop had done for this one, a little bit better on documentation. Especially when it talks about how you're going to put your glass lid together. It comes with two plastic rails that you got to slide across the top, and then your lids are two pieces that sit on top of it. I wish there was a little bit more in terms of putting the plumbing together. So if you're not familiar with putting together a tank and the plumbing, especially a Durso stand system, then you're going to want to go do some YouTubing to make sure you can put this together, or reach out to some friends. The skimmer, not entirely happy with the instructions for the skimmer either. We had to do some fiddling with that one. We called their tech support. They weren't super speedy, but they did get back to us the next day. Ms. Lopez is who we spoke to. She was fantastic. She explained how they put it together. We were able to put it in the system and hope that we're going to have it up and running here before long. To truly make this an all-in-one, two things I wish Aquatop would add is their 256 gallon per hour circulation pump, which I think the tank really needs, and a thermometer. That's really, I think those two pieces, and you truly have an all-in-one system. But can I say some good things about it? Absolutely, we really like this, and I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 stars.
I give it 1,000,000 stars.
We're going to give it 8 out of 10 stars. Two reasons. One, the documentation, what is this as solid as I would like it to be, and two, if they had those 2 additional pieces, the circulation pump and the thermometer, I think it would have really stepped this thing over the top. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Make sure you like. We're going to put some links in there to Aquatop in the comments section, River City Aquatics here in Austin, Texas. So again, share this with your friends. Again, please hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you again on the next Off the Reef.
Nice. Killed it.
Megan?
You're a professional, sir. You did so good. Still 1,000,000 stars, I think, is a good rating.